welcome everyone to this special show that we have today. My name is Bob KIrwan. I'm the Sport Community Animator for Northern Ontario, and with me today is Mike Ladouceur, the Executive Director of Sportlink. Before we get any further, I'm going to ask Mike to explain a little bit about what Sportlink is. Sportlink is one of the over 2,300 groups, organizations, and individuals who have joined the True Sport movement and who have officially declared their commitment to the True Sport principles. So, Mike, if you can, and as well as you possibly can do right now, try to explain what Sportlink is and what your vision is for the sporting community in Sudbury.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks for having us. Sportlink is the Greater Sudbury Sport Council, so we're sister arms length from the city, but we oversee all the local sport organizations in the city. So we're a sport council, so we try to build capacity within the city. It's our vision is to make Sudbury become a world-class tourism destination for sporting events, attract more. Sorry. Go back. Okay. So we want to be able to become a world-class event. Attract more world-class events, as well as develop more world-class athletes to make Sudbury a premier destination. So in terms of mission, it's we want to utilize sport as a means for community and economic development. So by bringing more events to Sudbury, we're able to get more tourism dollars, more investment into the community, and that also comes with new facilities, new infrastructure, and just a larger capacity base for sport in Sudbury.
So one of the things that True Sport is trying to emphasize is that the sports community in a particular area is actually an asset to the municipality. And it sounds as if one of the things Sportlink's trying to do is use that asset in the sport community for, like you say, attracting world-class events and generating stimulus to the economy, so that it becomes not just something you do, but it becomes something that the community can build upon. Is that fair enough to?
Yeah, definitely. We want to. You can build a community in many ways, and sport brings out emotions from people that just you can't build anything or in comparison to what sport can build. You have a sense of camaraderie, sense of teamwork, and then even just the spectator aspect to sport is just you can't get that in any other environment. So by using sport and leveraging sport, we're trying to get more people to Sudbury, visit the city, and then like you said, make a stimulus, spend money elsewhere. They're here. We have all the lakes, we have the attractions. So just basically leveraging sport, which is something that is so transferable to every market across the country, across the province. And we do have quality teams here, quality individuals, and we're hoping to be able to get that message out to say Sudbury is here, we can host sports, and there is a opportunity here, and that's where Sportlink come in as that common link between the local sport organizations, provincial government, provincial organizations, as well as the city.
And I noticed that there's an awful lot of the sport teams and the sport organizations that are on your directory. Is there something you're trying to do with all of the local organizations as well?
With it starts at the local. We Sportlink know how to put in bids. We know how to work through the marketing, do that aspect. But what we don't know how to do is put on a world-class curling event. We don't know how to put on a baseball tournament with all the logistics. They know that. That's where their expertise is. So by using them in either directly, either members, we help them build their sport. So if they need more help with officials clinics, training their officials to get more umpires or more referees, that's where we'll help. That way they can focus on what they know best, which is sport. We know administration, we know how to build it, but they know how to run their sports, and that's where we want to try and leverage that, use them, and as a collective base, and then also be that, similar to what our name is, Sportlink, be that link to if they need help with media, who we contact with media, well, here we go, we'll help you, we'll take care of that for you. We just really want them to focus on running the sport, helping the kids out, because in the end their time is valuable. They don't have a whole lot of time, so if we can minimize what they need to do, sport will grow as a result.
Are there other organizations like this in other communities?
There are several sport councils across the province. Sport for Ontario have a listing, and it's a common concept across the province and in the country for the concept of a sport council. But in every community, they differ in terms of what their vision and mission is, just due to the fact of what their city needs. So in terms of Sudbury, our city needs an organization that can help bridge the gap, where the other cities might be more proactive in getting certain events, might be more proactive in long-term athlete development, because they may be a bit further ahead in the game because they've had this concept for a while. They've had sporting events beginning. We're just really trying to get our feet on the ground going. So we have a bit of a different mission and vision as some, but it's a fairly common concept.
Do you actually get involved in bidding on large events to come to the city, like the summer games and things like that? Do you get involved in the process?
Definitely. We were actually, that's one of our main highlights, was our active role in the summer games last year. We were one of the main stakeholders in help pushing for the Laurentian track to be restructured, renovated to get it up to par. So that's one of our crowning achievements. And as well as working summer games, we had a couple of board members serve on the board for the summer games, and take several different positions. And we have 13 board members, and they all have experience, countless year experience. So they have something that can bring to any table. And right now we're working on the sport tourism strategy with the city of Sudbury, and our next step is starting to go out and try to bid on some more events and pulling them to Sudbury, and now building off of those.
How is the local sport community receiving SportLink? Like, are they participating? Are they doing what you were hoping that they would do in terms of becoming involved with SportLink?
For the most part, yeah. We the last year we've been a lot more proactive in our message, going to their doorstep to say we're here, we can help. Before it was more of a reactionary response for us, but where we're seeing the biggest benefit are the smaller groups, let's call them less known sports, cricket, even disc golf, so one that may not have that professional impact on the kids. Where, for example, hockey, soccer, they're always going to be there because there's such a professional footprint in the country. The smaller sports, they're really using the benefit of us because they can use our expertise, our knowledge to help grow their sport. But no, it's starting to be well received. We're getting a lot of great feedback. We're in our 5th year right now, so we're still very young, but our wingspan is getting a lot bigger now, you're seeing it in sport too.
How many groups are part of your organization?
That's kind of subjective. Anything from we say if you're the Walden Men's Senior Hockey League, you're a member for us. But right now we're pushing, I think, with 175 because there are so many of those smaller organizations. But we don't right now. It's the one we don't have a, so to speak, membership program. We just it's a directory. We work with everyone, and in our database it's near 200 right now.
So you have about 200 organizations, or organizations and teams? Is it
organizations?
These are organizations. Yeah. 200 organizations, and out of the organizations, you've got countless number of teams and participants. Any estimate on how many participants are involved with all those organizations? Have you ever done an estimate?
I know that the cities every year always do a study on arts, culture, sports, and I think they come up with, I think, 14% of the population are involved with either sport at recreational or competitive level. Now that number could be higher or lower. It's tough to tell to the population. Unfortunately, that is still rather low compared to a lot of the other cities around the province. Take some of a community like Ottawa, which leads, and they're upwards to 29%. We're still down to 14. So it's we're trying to get that up, but it's tough to give exact figures because some are recognized, some you don't even know those sports exist.
So it would be a range then from about 12 or 14% up to almost 30% in any community of people that are actually involved in some kind of organized sport or organization.
Exactly. That
sounds significant. The True Sport movement is something that SportLink is part of, and for people who are not familiar with True Sport is a national charitable organization that promotes values-driven sport. It's endorsed by the federal and provincial governments, and it receives funding from Sport Canada, from the Ontario Trillium Foundation, and from several other sources through the True Sport Foundation. My role as a community animator is to assist the groups, the organizations, the schools, the teams, anyone involved in sports in the effective promotion of sport that makes a positive contribution to the development of youth and therefore to the quality of life in the community. So if we take a look at what Sportlink is doing, Sportlink is trying to use sport as an asset in the community to improve the quality of life overall for the community. Because if you attract major events and major games into the community, you're not just improving the quality of life for people who are actually participating, you're improving the quality of life for everybody.